going down.
Going up?
Down.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
And you know what?
That's a threat. Amazing. This underworld. They've been telling us this in the movies for the last 30 years, 40 years, what they're planning on doing through the microchip. That's the only way it could be possible. You get chipped, you come to the underworld. And mine was easy because I was prepped from the beginning, introduced to this underworld through my own fake family. All these posters, everything, it's all psychological warfare. The notes, the doctors' names, none of them are the real. They change everything. Look, they put the picture here, that's funny. But at least it's good to know what they look like in case when we see them in the real world, we can give them a beating. We will get to the real world.
It's been over. Is Nima back?
Shower, get dressed, and go.
That's how you do your stuff. I
So like for me, it's like comes down to do I shower, do I just do it in a shower or because I feel gross thinking I have to shower.
if I showered at night, like before I slept, I wouldn't shower.
Nope, I still have to shower in the morning. So there's the 10.
So they changed the stickers, everything. Everything, guys, everything. You get microchipped, everything will get flipped upside down for you. You enter the underworld. That's been set up for a long time now, especially in this country. I've been doing this for 20 years. So it's all psychological. This place doesn't even, I guarantee you it's probably not even Tim Hortons. They just put that sign over there, that little kiosk. No, but it could be. But that's besides the point. You know? So, and all this will not exist. None of it, colors and selling things. And so the setting, the garbage, this, the shoes over there, this door won't be open, the auditorium, everything. The whole setting gets flipped upside down. Upside down. The signs, the doctors' names, everything. The posters that are psychological warfare. You're getting stalked by the people in here and thing. It's a fake world. It's an underground world that's supposed to destroy you. I was sneaked into it through the microchip because these are all things that you won't see. No, that's this poster. Maybe there's something else here before you come in here, but the TVs, everything. The doors will be opened with lights in them in a room that's got objects all over the place. Usually it's someone's in there, a closed room, the lights are off, or just to give you an example. But they haven't altered it much because I've awakened a lot. Otherwise it'll be mayhem in here. So they've done small things that I still, they think I didn't know of. No, they know. They're not stupid. See, do not jam, door open. All these signs, all these things. This is the trail of destruction. Every time you look at one of these things, it does something to you, psychologically, physically. They have you monitored. They know everything about you, how you feel, how your mood is, what ticks you, what doesn't, what you're deprived of, what you like, what you don't like. Everything. It's a world to own you. You get owned through a small chip. I don't know, maybe there's a stereo system in my body. I don't know what they've stuck in there. It's not only my eye, it could be my whole body. So, I don't know. The whole eye thing, not that I don't believe it, the microchip in the eye, I do believe it, but I think it's got other stuff too. So, it's an MRI and ophthalmologist. To see those two in this world, unless I'm planning to live at this hospital for a week straight, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, as long as it takes. Well, it doesn't take that much. I think it's a 72-hour period because you got to remember that the establishment becomes inoperable. It's unoperational. It doesn't operate. There are no patients. There are no doctors. It's just a setting of dismantlement in there. This can't go on forever in a hospital. So the idea is to stay there for at least 5, 6, 7, 8, for how long, whatever it takes. They'll have to close the hospital. I mean, they closed the airport where I went. They closed the hospital. All this stuff, everything that's not even something like this. This could be real, but stuff like that I would even doubt. You know, you can't believe anything you see in this underworld. Because they know I like to record. All these stickers everywhere. This is all crap. Garbage outside. You guys know it. There's somebody lying in there like that with the door open, the lights are off. These images are the joy of life because I'm getting tortured. That's supposed to tease me. They're teasing tactics. Those things destroy you if you fall for them. Because I'm getting tortured, pretty much. I live in misery. And, for them to show washrooms, there's no reason to put this sign up here. That's to remind you of the dirt. So, the whole setting, everything. So you got to remember, it's not operational now. While I walk in here, every place I walk into pauses. and does the impossible inside to get rid of me. There's not a lot of people here today. I'm impressed. They didn't think so. They didn't think I would stay here for a long time anyways. This clinic down the hall. Well, this place, they completely closed it. They might as well. They can replace anybody here. Well, this is a lot easier than I thought. All it's going to take is a little bit of dedication of me to stick around for a couple of days or a week. And that's it. It's impossible. Doesn't matter what establishment. You can't stop it from functioning for more than 72 hours, maybe they're given. Let's go have a smoke and get out of here. It's the only way. I make an appointment and see an ophthalmologist? Are you kidding me? Think I'm stupid? Making appointments and coming here? This is not... This the way through this that they cannot possibly... It's time. It's the only way to get out of this underworld. It's an underworld, man. It's funny. It could be terrifying for a... Well, I can't see them do this to a lot of people. It doesn't work. The only way you could get away with something like this is if it's done to someone like me that was brainwashed from birth into this family, the preparation for this underworld, for him not to realize the difference when he gets chipped. Or you have to get a complete loner, someone who has no ties to anybody at all. Like nobody would ask about him. Nobody would, nobody would look out for him. This is the only way this could be done. The only way. If you know anyone, unless they get chipped with you too, anyone, the whole hospital shut down. If you know anyone who's has even interest in you or even calls you every 2 weeks, even a phone call, they can't do this to you. It will be exposed. So this could be done to two people, loners and orphans that have nobody looking after them. It's the only way. It's impossible. Because people are going to ask about you, and once you get in touch with them, they can't create this world around you anymore. So it's an underworld created for them to play God on you, tapping into the people around you, the surroundings, the weather, the insects, everything. The microchip seems like a gravitational force. It pulls things to you. You know what I mean? That's why I think the people react that way. It pulls them to you. Because I was looking at plants the other day. I blocked off all my head, no noise, nothing. I was looking at plants. Guys, I'm not kidding. There was no wind. I started to see the plants move. And you know me, I record everything. So everything I say, it's something that I've experienced. We don't imagine anything here. So, yeah. Construction. But why am I back here? I want to have a smoke. They got the whole hospital out or... But if I get here fast, what are they going to do with the patients? I mean, not just the patients, the people that work here. If I get here really fast, if they can't get them out fast, they have to imprison them somewhere in there. And block off other people from coming in here from the outside. But it's the only way. It's the only way. So that's why the stalking and the cars and the noises, they want to get you out of there. Because the longer you stay, the harder it is for them. And I can see this place is everywhere you go, everything goes on pause. 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 Boom, 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 boom. Pause. Boom, 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 boom. That's how it works. It's an underworld of people attached to your microchip frequency. They have to have the code in them. And they have to have on their phone to listen to the directions to tell them what to do with you when they get close to you. And where you're located, obviously, approximately. Where you're coming to, they set them up for you. So it's a system, architected system of entities in your own country, people that are your frequency, the microchip frequency is downloaded into them, whether they have one or not, because for them to move when you look at them and point and do those things. See, they're not facing me. How do they know I'm looking at them? If I wasn't looking at them, they won't be doing that. So, or it's the only way it could work. It's living creatures. It's some kind of electromagnetic, the insects or the wind, or you get attached to your surroundings. You get attached to the electromagnetic, the moving energy creatures in your surroundings. Here we go. They start to stalk now. So, holding hands. Please tell me you're holding hands. Good. At least we get an element of the prison I live in Sunnybrook Hospital. This alone, the fact that they were walking holding hands like that, proves that this whole place got tapped. I don't have to prove anything else. Just this frigging thing that I see everywhere. So this is one of the elements, obviously, the holding hands, the wheelchairs, the canes, but that's a hospital. So really the wheelchair and cane element won't work with you here, because they belong here usually. Those people go to the hospital a lot. So, yeah. It's very simple. I make a big fuss out of it because they stress you. You don't understand this psychological warfare. It's all over your face everywhere you go, being repeated over and over again. It does alter the way, the decisions you make. It's supposed to keep you in the middle. They take you and bring you. You have to be very strong. Because it does work. It's a science. And that's pretty much their weapon. If they can't use that against you, they can't keep you in here. Once you make the decision to come out, if their weapon doesn't work on you, the one that really attacks you from the inside, so you become dysfunctional. If you stay functional and act properly, you can come out of this easy. That's the main thing, is to stay relaxed and functional in the maze. Not to let the charades around you get inside your head or get inside, affect you, stress you, make you think otherwise, create doubt in you. That's pretty much the tool of this maze. Once this tool stops working, if you find out first that you're in a maze, then this tool stops working, they really can't do anything to you. That means you're out. It's just a matter of time till you get your chips right and then to come out. That's what this means. I mean, I should have been out a couple months ago, but things still get to me here and there. Because really, they can't keep doing this forever in here. You know? So the way this is set up is, I think, I was trying to think to see if it's set up covertly. So the people in here will have to leave not knowing that the others left. And that doesn't work either. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I will put my head on a chopping board if any of these guys are doctors. If they're anything more than basic registered nurses, they can take a 3-month course for in a institution. Their institution's not a real one, it's a mental one. So, yeah. I mean, they can reroute surgeries to other places and do everything so they can keep the bubble functioning here for as long as possible, but nah. It's not even staying over here. If I come here and hang out every day from 9 o'clock till about 4, not even, till about 2 p.m., I'll put this place out of business in a week. Not even. So it's not a big deal coming out of this. Logically, if you think about it, they can't, any place, any area that's not designed to be yours. Because I've been living in this for a long time, so the people in my area were planted because I could get to them fast. It would be too much of a headache for them to do the necessary changes to it. So basically these people have my frequency downloaded into them, or the microchip, the receptor to my transmitter. They're pointed as people to come into my world when I come out. They're sitting home, they get a call, they come here. And they get situated where they're meant to be situated. They take the stand, their position. So if I guarded my videos good, the ones that I got at first, that I deleted, my first YouTube channel, it's called the same. I could have put these guys in some big trouble. I still can, but I don't want to. I don't care. I'm gonna come out of this soon. That's the main thing. You want to come out of this. So red pants, red top over there. It's combinations. Anyways, I wanted to relax, have a smoke. It's done. Look what kind of socks I got on. I'm beating along to the tune of their music here. Nice outfit over there. Red jacket, red shoes. So, yeah. How long could a place like this stay dysfunctional? So they have to keep stalking you so you don't relax. You know why? The main reason why they do this, do you want me to tell you? Really? I figured it out now. Get you out of here. To keep getting you out of places so you can cower back to your own place and isolate yourself there. That's all. That's pretty much it. Basically, when you get chipped, it's basically you just got executed. And if you're tough enough to withstand the pressure of the psychological and emotional executions that you're going through all day long, eventually you would want to rest. You'll cower back into your den, into your own apartment. So you become a dysfunctional human being in society, slowly but surely. You can't work, you won't do anything, you lose your woman, whatever. You know, the idea. Your kids, your family, everything, your friends. But that you can't do that to someone who knows people already. This has to be either done from birth or to a loner. Because the idea of it is to entrap you in a maze. They can't entrap a couple of people in a maze, because those couple of people, one will be there, and one will be there, so the maze won't work. The maze only works when one person gets entrapped in it. So it's either, as an orphan, you can barely see and talk yet, where you get fake parents, fake everything, or trapped in it from the beginning, pretty much like me. But technology wasn't around in the 70s. So I'm pretty sure, because depression didn't really kick in for me until I did surgeries. Why did depression kick in? Because they could do this thing with your eyes, with the environment, where you could see things moving the whole time and hear noises the whole time. So for the machine to function, they have to have a tap into you for the machine to function around you. You know? So that's why. But before, what they tried to do is just like the Truman Show, how they built up the bricks slowly, which were the bricks were the people around me, what they surrounded me with, people that were prepped to talk to me in a certain way, keep me negative, psychological warfare, and to keep me a little bit drained. And they did the necessary stuff until the microchip was ready in the mid-90s, and I did the laser eye surgery. Now they bring in a truck. And into frigging Sunnybrook Hospital. And, you know, that's when I was trapped into this underworld that got prepared, was prepped and got prepared. So this thing's been going on now. It's technology. Whenever technology was ready, the people were wrapped up. I mean, those Freemasons have been around for a long time, but technology, it's what gave them the power to function. Basically, if you look at their people, the majority of them, they're the kind of people who really were the left out in societies back in the days, 100 years ago and before technology, because they're not talented. They're the ones who end up last in the class. So how could you make these people first? You create an underworld for them where they can masquerade themselves being a secretary, a doctor, or whatever, something they could never do. Obviously, they do have their own specific doctors. That's how I got microchipped, through a doctor. But they're very few. There's not that many. Out of, I don't know, let's say there's 1,000 doctors in Toronto, they got 30 of them, for example. They got 2, 3, or 4, maybe up to 10 in every single medical profession or industry. And the bigger the city, the bigger the country, the more they have. So it's an interconnected underworld that's communicates through apps, and because it's covert, and it got created to pretty much sink people into their underworld, design underworld, that people that are talented, that could be a threat to their system if they let them succeed outside in society, because they can't be fooled, they can't be tricked. Too intelligent, too smart, too tough. They have all the necessary qualities to take down their whole establishment unintentionally. It's because of what they represent, their genealogy, the combination of talents that they have in them. They are a threat to them, because these guys, in anything that they do, and on everyday situation, they will affect their system in a bad way. Through the energy they radiate, through their knowledge, through their wit, their sense of humor, they attract people to them. They're just those really special ones that can lay back, put their legs on the desk, and make money and get the best woman or get the best guy, whatever, or you know what I mean, be successful, and pretty much by doing nothing. That's how, you know. And these kind of people, they're not the kind that would do nothing. They're the kind that are super ambitious on top of it. That's why they're dangerous and effective. The beetle. You hear the beetle? So look, they even set up over there. They put a bike, everything. That's funny. It's a setting. It's the same setting everywhere you go, regardless whether it's a hospital, a restaurant, a courthouse. It's a small, annoying ritual that's supposed to drain you of your energy so you get out of there and cower back to your house. That's what happened to me back in the days. I go apply for jobs, nothing. And I get this, I go back home. But because I was too tough, I bought a computer, started doing my own work, websites, thousands of dollars. They tightened up the leash on me, tighter and tighter. My own family, they brought in to our apartment my uncle who snores, the snoring guy, all night in the bedroom, more noise, and everything. They attacked me everywhere. My so-called friends, my so-called family, to drain me into this hole. And I got dismantled, and then my so-called brother introduces me to opiates, and c'est fini. Once you get on drugs, you ain't gonna figure this shit out. But 15 years later, I withstood all this torture. And woke up with the drugs first. They tried to wage another kind of drug war on me, different kind of drug, didn't work. I woke up and I realized I'm in an underworld because of the microchip that my own family introduced me to, because they treated me this way from when I was a kid. They're not my own family, not my blood. And see this? I bet my own life this sign over there was not there before I came here. It's not that you shouldn't put a non-smoking sign and say it's the law. It's true. It's where it's situated. Now, maybe it's still, but the reason why it was put still is to use more in the underworld than the real one. So the setting of the hospital was not altered too much. They don't want me to prove it. They're scared. So basically, this hospital right now, there's no work going on in there, nothing. There's no patients, nothing. It's a bunch of people set up to stalk you and know you when you get a look how they move. See? So that's how it is. They even got people out of here. It's empty. I've never seen a hospital this empty before. Because every move they do, I'll prove to you what they're doing that's wrong. Nobody in the office is barely. All I see is wheelchairs. There's like 20 people in the hospital, 10 of them are in wheelchairs. It's a figure of speech. It's empty. Excuse me, how do I get out of here? The other exit where I could take the bus?
You want to walk down this hallway to the M wing.
Down the hallway?
Yeah, to M wing. So
M wing?
there's signs here
Okay.
everywhere, so you're
So-
looking for M wing.
And then
you
right
wanna
or
go
left?
Up. One floor.
Thank you. So the whole hospital becomes a